UAW President Shawn Fain rejecting a 21% pay increase offer from Stellantis over the weekend, saying that it's a, quote, no-go. Joining me right now is the former Chrysler CEO and Home Depot chairman and CEO, as well as Ex-Chrysler LLC founder and CEO, Bob Nardelli. Bob, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for weighing in on this important issue. You've dealt with unions your entire career. How do you view this?
Well, Maria, thank you for having me on. I was encouraged that Stellantis did put an offer on the table over the weekend, and of course, I was disappointed to see a flat-out rejection. Maria, I think this thing, given the tone of it right now, that both sides have become very polarized. I think this is going to go on for a while. I think the union, UAW, is dug in. I think the companies are now dug in. And I think we're woefully underestimating the financial impact on this strike. I've lived through this, to your point. Customers are now going to become very jaundiced. Do they order a car? If they do, how long will it take to get? What will the quality be? If you already own a car, what's the serviceability from the dealership? Remember, this is far bigger than just 3 plants on strike. Every city, every state has dealers that will be affected by this. They'll start, depleting their inventory. They'll start laying their salesmen off. They will eventually lay off their technicians. So this thing has broad and deep tentacles that will affect our economy. You've talked about energy and fuel, $90 a barrel. I just filled up my tank on Saturday. Now, the good news is this administration's doing nothing, but our state governor is. He reduced the sales tax on fuel until we can get something in place to get energy costs down. So I think this will have far implications for a long time, Maria.
Wow, I think that's really interesting that you've got state governors trying to address this issue as oil prices surge with what you're seeing in Georgia. But, Bob, I want to get your take on who wins and loses here, because I keep making the point, who's not striking? The employees at Toyota, the employees at Tesla. Is this a quiet victory for Elon Musk and Tesla?
There's no question, Maria, that when we went through this in 7, 8, and 9, there weren't nearly the optionality out there today. But you can see Honda, Hyundai, Tesla. I mean, there's a plethora of alternatives for a consumer to purchase a car. Now, here's another important point. If one of the big 3 loses a sale, they're probably going to lose it for 12.2 years. That's the average age of the installed base of the car park today. So it's not like, well, when the strike ends, we're immediately going to be able to pick up where we left off. That is not true. We had the same issue again back in 7, 8, 9. An interesting article was in the AJC over the weekend with Carol Tomei. She acknowledged that they lost tremendous customer support just during the negotiations because people wanted to make sure their goods would still flow. Their competition then locked these people in for multiple years. So just the fact of going through a negotiation had negative impact on those companies. We're going to see the same thing with the big 3. And of course, your point earlier, we're forcing a conversion to electric vehicles far beyond its time. There is no installed base to support the demands that are being put out by this administration for electric vehicles. We saw the Inflation Reduction Act then finally come true, has nothing to do with that. It's all about the green movement. So we're under tremendous pressure in this economy right now with inflation out of control, and nothing's being done by the administration except the feds, who are raising interest rates that are just pounding the mid-market companies. Interest rates in some of my middle market companies have gone from $2 million to $14 million. Basically, 100% of free cash flow, Maria, is going to pay the interest rates, and it's causing tremendous dislocation in our economy.
Wow, that is insanity, Bob. You are making such important points. And, the ripple effects, I know we're going to see massive sticker shock as well. Car prices are going to go up. But all of this is probably the clearest sign yet of how bad policy can destroy an economy. Bad policy equals bad outcomes for American citizens. Liz Peek is with me this morning, and she's written a great op-ed about just this. Liz, jump in here and talk about your op-ed, how Joe Biden can destroy the auto sector.
Well, I think he's well on his way to destroying the auto sector with the EV mandates that he's pushed through. But I'm interested in what Mr. Nardelli thinks about Joe Biden weighing in in on this strike and basically coming down on the side of the union workers and demanding that the car makers up their offer, because there are a whole bunch of unions waiting to see how this turns out. I think the implications, you say, totally right, are broader for the economy than we're imagining. But also, I think we're going to see this filter into other labor settlements that are going to raise inflation and make it very difficult for the Fed to sit still on rates. What is your thinking about Biden's comments over the weekend?
Yeah. Well, clearly he's desperate for the UAW's endorsement, right? That's number one.
Right.
Number two, your other point is exactly on target. You know, the UAW is looking over the fence. They saw UPS get a 40% increase. They saw American Airlines get a big increase. They saw the dock workers on the West Coast get a big increase. They're standing in line and saying, hey, it's my turn. And so I really think this thing will go on for a protracted period, unfortunately. And again, the administration is doing nothing to curb inflation. Matter of fact, they have created it with surrendering energy independence. The Inflation Reduction Act was not correct. It was all about the green movement. So nothing is being done on that side, and this president is desperate for an endorsement.
Oh, that's right. And you know, and they won't endorse him. The auto makers, workers still will not endorse him. And we've got the Kelly Blue Book now reporting that the average cost for a new car last month is sitting at over $48,000, used cars $26,000, and electric vehicles at over $53,000, Bob. We're looking at sticker shock in the auto business already, and the strike is only in its fourth day. How much worse does this get?
Yeah, and I think there's a misstatement there by the president where he said the auto companies are making great profits. Just look at Jim Farley, a good friend of mine. They've lost over $6 billion in the last 2 years trying to convert to electric vehicles. They just took a $9.2 billion grant to build a battery plant in Michigan. I think that's proof positive that Ford is not trying to cripple United Auto Workers, but trying to create jobs as we change the technology that's being mandated by this administration, Maria.
All right, Bob. Great comments and insight from you, as usual. We so appreciate your time this morning, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maria.